Let me guess. You open ChatGPT, you type in something like latest trends in sports. It spits out a list. You skim, you nod, you close the tab. So let me guess. You open ChatGPT, you type in something like latest trends in sports. It spits out a list. You skim, you nod, you close the tab, you move on. So you just use generative AI like it's Google. And that mindset is costing your organization serious momentum. Because the issue is not the tool, it's how your brain interprets the tool. Hi, I'm Maria from ggutt, ggutt, and welcome to Ggutt Talks Unfiltered series, bites of information and reflections. Now let's get started. I help people stop drowning in slides and start designing real, tangible results. Less talking about the work or the business, but more actually doing the work. And right now, there's this thing getting in the way of all. How we think about generative AI. You see, we're used to giving a command and have a result. A result we know we will get. Or we know we're trying a command to see what we get. But never in a million years we would have thought to ask a tool how to use it. Like, I'm asking a tool, how can I use you? But anyway, going back to the point. The interface tricks us. It looks like Google talking about large language models. But that little white box takes your brain to what you already know. It puts it on autopilot. You think, you ask a question, you get an answer, you leave. But that's not what it is. It's not a vending machine. It's a conversation partner. It adapts, it evolves. It responds to you and it tells you what you want to hear in a way. And if you treat it like a search engine, you'll get search engine answers. Predictable, average, surface level, and easy to ignore. So imagine you're prepping a leadership offsite. You wouldn't toss a post-it note at your head of strategy or head of innovation and just walk out, right? You'd sit down, you'd talk, you'd clarify, you'd ask questions, iterate, and so on. And it's the same thing here. You ask, then you ask again, then you push, then you redirect, then you change your tone, then you get pissed off, you use context. So AI gets sharper the more you engage with it. But if you're only doing command response, you're leaving 90% of its power untouched. And if you're only using AI for email summaries, that's the message your team gets. This is not just a tool. It's admin tasks. Or that's not this, it's that. That's not A, it's B. I mean, just look at the LinkedIn hooks and that's what you'll get. Or some copy. Anyway, if they see you using it to rethink your weekly rituals, your strategic planning, your own thinking, that's when culture shifts. And then you have this kind of conversations with your team. So AI adoption isn't top-down. It's visibility in. Think of AI like a world-class cook or a world-class tailor. You don't walk in, shout out, suit, and walk out. You know, they'll ask, what's the occasion? What do you want it to feel like? What's your body type? What are your preferences? Which colors do you like? Which materials do you like? How's the weather gonna be like? All of that. That's how generative AI works. If you treat it like a collaborator. But if you just treat it like a vending machine, you'll get something generic. It will be question, answer, whatever that may be. So it will be probably not an answer that fits or makes sense to you. And then you will say, it's not working for me. So if you want the real magic, you've got to show up with curiosity, with direction, with context, with creativity, with critical thinking as well. And you will have some back and forth. And that's when it becomes tailored to you. That's when it's gonna make sense to you. So here's the shift. Generative AI is not a tool you use. It's a relationship you build. And the leaders who get that, they're the ones who will design organizations that work with AI, not around AI. And there's a big difference here. So next time you want to open this white search bar, if we may call it that way, you're not searching, you're co-creating, you're engaging. So if this made you rethink something, send it to the executive who still uses AI like it's 2015 Google. So I want to thank you for listening, but before you move on, if you enjoyed this episode, if you learned something new, or if it triggered something or some additional thoughts, the only way for us to know is by you leaving a review, a comment, and subscribing. It's great to have this kind of feedback to keep going, and that's it. All links are in the description, and don't forget to check ggutt.com, ggutt.com. See you next time.